Hello students, in this video I am going to start chapter Quadratic Equations. This chapter I am solving from a textbook of grade 10th and the name of the book is Selina Publications. In this video I am going to solve exercise 5a of the textbook. And before I start with the exercise, I am going to explain you the concept which we are going to use while solving the questions of this exercise. So let's start. Quadratic equations. So what is the meaning of quadratic equations? So any equation in which highest degree of the variable is 2. So let's try to understand this with the help of examples. So 5x square plus 6x plus 10 equals to 0. I've taken one example you can see, and in this example I have used the variable x. Variable means like any English alphabet which we write in the equation. See, this sign of equality is there. That means the expression which I have written is an example of equation. So in this equation variable x is there, and the highest degree of this variable we can see is 2. See, I have the term in which variable has degree 1 and variable has degree 2 also, but the highest degree is 2, which makes this equation a quadratic equation. So I can take few other examples. 2x square minus 5 is equals to 0. See, in this equation also you can see the degree of the variable is x, and the highest degree of the variable is 2. So it makes this equation a quadratic equation. I can take one another example. 2x square minus 5x is equals to 0. In this example also you can see the highest degree of the variable is 2. So this is also an example of quadratic equations. So now I have explained here, or I have shown you various examples. Now for quadratic equations we have one standard form also. So standard form of quadratic equation. So standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. See, if we compare any equation with this one and the equation is of this form, that means the particular equation or the given equation is a quadratic equation. So what we can do here, the examples which I have shown you, let's compare those examples with the this standard form, and you'll get to know that those examples are also of this form only. So let's see, the first example which I have given you is this one. 5x square plus 6x plus 10 is equals to 0. 5x square plus 6x plus 10 is equals to 0. So if you compare this with the standard form, we can see the value of a. See, a is the coefficient. Coefficient means a number which is written next to x square. So the number written next to x square is 5 here. So that means a is equals to 5. B is that number which is written next to x. So b is the coefficient of x. So here value of b is equals to 6. This is constant term. It doesn't have any variable. So here from this equation I can see the value of c is equals to 10. So this equation, the equation which I have given here, this equation you can see is of this form. Ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, which means this is an example of quadratic equation. So another two examples I gave. 2x square minus 5 is equals to 0. 2x square minus 5 is equals to 0. Now let's compare this one with this standard form. So this one, if you see the coefficient of x square's coefficient means a number which is written with x square, so that is a. So here the number which is written with x square is 2, so that means a's value is equals to 2. So here we don't have any x term, you can see, so that means b's value will be equals to 0. And c is a constant term, so constant term is minus 5 here. So that means this equation is also of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Now the last example which I have given you, so 2x square minus 5x is equals to 0. If we compare this also with the standard form, so I can see a's value is equals to 2. A is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x. So b is coefficient of x. Here b's value is minus 5 and c is a constant term. Here we don't have any constant term. So that means c is equals to 0. So in these examples, you can see here b can also be 0 and c can also be 0. But in the standard form is ax square plus bx plus c. A cannot be equals to 0. This is very important thing. So if a is equals to 0, then highest power of the variable will change. Okay, so we have to remember this is very important thing. The highest degree of the variable should not be a should not be equals to 0. So once again I'll just repeat. So the quadratic equation is that equation in which highest degree of the variable should be 2, and variable can be any alphabet a, b, c, d, any alphabet from the English language. Then a cannot be equals to 0, b and c can be equals to 0. So I can give you another example. 7x square is equals to 0. So if you compare this one with the standard form, so I can get the value of a is equals to 7, but b and c both of them are equals to 0. So with this we have understood the meaning of quadratic equation. Now let's move towards the next topic. So next thing is solution of quadratic equations. So let me explain you this thing. See, I'll take one quadratic equation, x square minus 4 is equals to 0. And you know this is an example of quadratic equation because this is comparable with the standard form of quadratic equation. So I can show you also. The standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So now if you compare, you can get the values of a, b and c, and yes, a is not equals to 0 because we have the x squared term. So a's value is equals to 1. B is 0 here because we don't have any term with variable x. So b is equals to 0 and c is equals to negative 4. So this is an example of quadratic equation. Now if I take the value of x is equals to 2. This is an example I am taking. I've just taken a value of x is equals to 2. So I will just take left hand side of this equation. So left hand side is this side and right hand side is this. See, in standard form you can see right hand side of the quadratic equation should always be equals to 0. So that's why I have taken the equation in standard form only. So I am taking the left hand side of my the equation. So this is x square minus 4. Now I've taken the value of x is equals to 2. That value of x I will substitute here. So in place of x I will write 2. So if I do 2 square minus 4, I will get 2 square is 4, 2 into 2 is 4, minus 4. So we will get 4 minus 4 is equals to 0, and which is equals to right hand side also. So we can see here the value of x is equals to 2 is the solution of the given quadratic equation. Why is the solution? Because when I substituted the value as x is equals to 2, I got my answer equals to right hand side, which is equals to 0. So this because of this x is equals to 2 is a solution of this quadratic equations. Similarly here if I take the value of x as minus 2, so negative 2 let's take. So now I am taking value of x is equals to negative 2. So my given equations left hand side is x square minus 2. So in place of x square, we can substitute its value as negative 2 whole square, then minus, so here the equation I have written 4. So minus 4 we have to do. X square minus 4, that means negative 2 square minus 4. And we know the square of negative 2 is also 4. So here also I'll get 4 minus 4 is equals to 0. Which means x is equals to minus 2 is also the solution of quadratic equation. So solution of quadratic equation means that value of x. So solution of quadratic equation means that value of x for which we get the value of equation equals to 0. Because see, equals to right hand side also we can say, because right hand side of the standard form is always equals to 0. So value of variable can be anything. So value of x is known as the solution of the equation when our quadratic equation reduces to 0. Like in the previous example, value of x is equals to 2 or minus 2. With both of these, my equation is reducing to 0. That means x is equals to 2 or minus 2 is the solution of the given quadratic equation. So here you can see, for one equation x square minus 4, I got two values of x. So this is very important thing. From here you have to learn one thing, that there will always be two solutions of quadratic equations. You can also remember, like, as if I write quadratic equations standard form, so standard form is ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Here highest degree of the variable is 2. So from there also you can remember that value of x we will always get two values. So that means for quadratic equations always two solutions we will get. And moreover you have to remember one thing, solution and root, both the terms are same. You may get in a question, find the root of the solution, or solution and root means same. Both the words have the same meaning. So now I have explained you the concepts which we are going to use while solving the questions of this exercise. So one concept mainly which we are going to use, one of the concept is to find whether the given equation is quadratic equation or not. So that any equation we can just relate with the standard form, and then we will get to know that the particular equation is quadratic equation or not. And second concept is root of the equation or solution of the equation. Now let's start with the exercise. So I've already written the question. So first few questions are multiple choice questions. So let's start. Question says we have to choose the correct answer. So this equation is given to us, 4x square minus 9 is equals to 0. So 4x square minus 9 is equals to 0 implies x is equals to, so x is equals to what? That means if you have to find the value of x is the given variable. That means we have to find the solution or root of this equation. Now let's check that. See this, first of all you have to see whether it is a quadratic equation or not. So here we can see in this equation the highest degree of variable is 2. Variable is x and its highest degree is 2. Which means this equation is a quadratic equation. Now let's simplify it and see what is the value of x. See 4x square minus 9. Left hand side I will choose. So two ways are there because these are MCQs. If you want, you can substitute all the values and you can see. But first of all, you have to see this directly. Also, you can see, because first option is 3 by 2, second option is 9 by 4, third option is minus 3 by 2, and the fourth option is plus minus 3 by 2. And we know one thing, for quadratic equation, how many answers we always need, we will get two answers. Two answers means two values of x we will always get. So here only in one option, that is the option number 4th, we have two answers, that is plus 3 by 2 and minus 3 by 2. If you want directly, you can substitute the value of x as plus 3 by 2 and minus 3 by 2. If you're getting answer as 0, that means this is the answer. So we can do this way. So in place of x, I'll write this 3 by 2 and I'm just solving it. Only left hand side I have taken. So this will become 4 into 3 by 2 whole square. So 3 by 2 whole square is 9 by 4 minus 9. This 4 and this 4 will get cancelled. So we are left with 9 minus 9, which means 9 minus 9 is 0, which is equals to right hand side. So with positive 3 by 2, we have got answer equals to 0. That means positive 3 by 2 is the solution of this equation. But we have to check with negative 3 by 2 also. So again I am just substituting in the given equation. Given equation's left hand side I am taking, that is 4x square minus 9. In place of x square I will write the value of x square, that is negative 3 by 2 its whole square minus 9. Only left hand side, that's why I will not write 0. So square of negative 3 by 2 is 9 by 4. Again 4 and 4 will get cancelled. So 9 minus 9 is equals to 0, which is again equals to right hand side. Which means both positive 3 by 2 and negative 3 by 2 is the value of x for this equation. So here we have used the direct concept. We just, first of all, we use this idea that quadratic equation, it will always have two solutions. So two solutions only one option has. So we just substituted that options in the equation and we got our answer. So which means option number 4 is the answer. So other way is also there. You can simply find the solution of this quadratic equation. That method I will teach you in the next questions. So next question number B. So B question, again MCQ. So it's given x minus 3 and x plus 3. X minus 3 into x plus 5 is equals to 0. In this again you have to write which is the value of x. See the value of x, first of all, because it's a quadratic equation, because when you will simplify this, simplify means like it is written in this form, you can just multiply this and you can make it a quadratic equation. You will get to know that this is a quadratic equation. If you want, I'll show you also. So I'll just multiply two brackets. So x into x plus 5 minus 3 into x plus 5. So what I am doing, x I am multiplying with both and then 3 also I am multiplying with both. So x into x is x square. This we have to multiply, plus 5 into x is 5x, minus 3 into x is minus 3s, minus 3 into minus 5 is minus 15. So x square, 5 minus 3 is 2, which means I'll get here plus 2x, minus 15 is equals to 0. So here you can see this is an example of quadratic equation. If this is an example of quadratic equation or the given equation is quadratic equation, how many values of x we will get? Two values. So two values of x or two solutions we will get. Here we have two solutions in option number 2nd, option number 3rd and option number 4th. That means from any of these options the answer will be there. Now how to find answer is in this cases. See, I have the equation in this form, x minus 3 into x minus x plus 5 is equals to 0. That means what I have to do, first of all, this thing will equate with x. So x minus 3 is equals to 0. If I am equating this with 0, then I'll get answer of x as when I'm negative 3, I'm shifting to other side, this will be changed to positive 3, or 0 plus 3 it will become, which is equals to plus 3 only. Now when this thing I am writing equals to 0, x plus 5 is equals to 0, and when plus 5 I am shifting to other side, it will become negative 5. So you can see I'm getting the value of x as 3 and value of x as minus 5 also. But now see or is also, so that means 3 and minus 5 is there, so which means option number second is also not the answer. Now you have to choose between or and. So in these type of answers, what do we write? Or 3 or minus 5. So why do we write 3 or minus 5 if both of these answers? Because see, when I'm writing x minus 3 into x plus 5 is equals to 0. See, at one time I can substitute the value of x as 3, because when I am substituting the value of x as 3, so this will become 0. Another time I can substitute the value of negative 5. So only value of x, once I can substitute 3 and the other time I can. So this is either x is equals to 3 or x is equals to negative 5. See, both together we can't do, because when we are substituting the value of x, in both the x's I have to substitute the same value. So for this reason, here we use the concept of either 3 or negative 5, either this or this, not both. So always remember, because of this, the answer is always or. So third option for this one is the correct answer. Now let's do the next question. Question number C. Now if 4 is the root of the equation, so one equation is given to us, x square plus kx minus 4 is equals to 0. This is the given equation. The value of k we have to find. So what we have to find? K's value we have to find. So when I explained you the meaning of root, root means solution. I already told you root and solution both are same. So if 4 is the root, so in this case I have told you, when this value of root means the value of x. So x is equals to what? X is equals to 4. So when in the given equation you are substituting the value of x as 4, because I mentioned 4 is what? 4 is the root of the solution. So I am writing 4 in place of, x minus 4. So the equation will reduce to 0. See, this is not this 0. Don't get confused. So when I explained you the meaning of root, so that time I explained you, when root we are taking, that time if this particular thing is root of the equation, here like x is equals to 2 or minus 2, both of these were roots of the solution. When we substituted the root, the equation's answer, it reduced to 0. See, so that means if any time x value is root of the equation, our equation will reduce to 0. So because of that, when in this equation we are substituting only in this part. When in this part I am substituting the value of x as 4, the answer I will get as 0. So because of that, this 0 I am writing. So now I can just simplify this equation. So 4 square is 16 plus k into 4 is 4k minus 4 is equals to 0. Now like terms we can simplify, and you can see this has become a linear equation now, because here unknown variable is k and it has the highest degree 1. So this is now linear equation. So like terms are 16 and minus 4. So 16 minus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4k is equals to 0, which means 4k. So 12 I'll shift to other side. This will become minus 12, because here it's positive 12. So k's value I'll get minus 12 by 4. Because 4 here is getting multiplied. So when 4 I'm shifting to other side, it will get divided. So 4 divided by minus 12, I'll get answer as negative 3. So k's value is negative 3. So which means option number 2 is the answer of this question. Now let's do the next question. Question number D. The question is very much similar to the previous question. Again, one equation is given to us, and the equation is 2x square minus 3x plus k is equals to 0. This is the given equation, and this equation is satisfied by x is equals to 2. Satisfied means what? So satisfied again means the same thing only, that means x is equals to 2 is the root of the given equation, or you can say x is equals to 2 is the solution of the given equation. So same thing we will do. Now in this equation, in place of x we will write x value as 2. That's what I am going to do. In place of x I have written 2, remaining everything as it is I am writing. So 2 into 2 square minus 3 into 2 plus k equals to 0, because if it is satisfied by this value of x, the answer we will get equals to 0. So 2 square is 4. So 2 into 4 minus 3 into 2 is 6 plus k. 2 into 4 is 8 minus 6 plus k is equals to 0. Again, this has become a simple linear equation. We can just simplify it. Like terms I am solving. So 8 minus 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. So 2 plus k is equals to 0. So k we have to find. That means 2 we will shift to other side. So k is equals to negative 2, because this is positive 2. So k's value we got negative 2. So that means option number first is the answer of this question. Now let's do the next question. Question number E. So x square minus 7x is equals to 0. So what we have to do, we have to find the solution of this equation, or I can say the value of x we have to find. So first of all, I have told you how many values of x we will get, because this is an example of which type of equation? Quadratic equation. And for quadratic equation, we will get two values of x. So here only in option number first and option number 4, two values are there. So let's see which one is correct. And moreover, I have told you when we are writing the value of x, is it's always be in or form, not and, because only one at a time, either this or that. So that because of that concept, the answer of x always we will write as or. So directly MCQs with these tricks also you can solve in the exam, but as of now I am going to solve it. So it's clear actually the answer, option number 4 is the answer, because same 0, 7, here also 0, 7. So we know the answer will always be with or. So this is the answer, but I'll show you how to solve it. So see here x square minus 7x. So this type of equations, how to solve, we'll take x common. If I'm taking x common, I am left with, see, x square, 1x I have taken common. So here I'm left with 1x minus 7. So x I have taken common, so only 7 is equals to 0. So because two factors are there, so one time one factor I'll equate with 0. So one time x is equals to 0, another time I'll equate another factor with equals to 0. Other factor is x minus 7. So when x minus 7 is equals to 0, so the value of x I will get positive 7. Why positive 7? Because negative 7 when we shift to other side, it will become positive 7. So we found the answer as x is equals to 0 or positive 7 or only 7. So option 4th is the correct answer. Now MCQs we have finished. Let's move towards the second question.